And just as we say in the world of sports, the boys are beginning to get separated from the men as the entertainment gets even tougher and more interesting. It is 4 teams into the quarterfinals and more, 4 to be expected within the next 2 days or thereabout. At least 97 goals scored so far in the competition, 3 to get to a century of goals and possibly more goals in the 34th edition of the African Cup of Nations. A lovely afternoon to you and a warm welcome to our AFCON special studio inside Côte d'Ivoire, right here on your favorite dial, Rapid 96.5 FM Umahia, the sound of your city. This is our daily dose of our AFCON 2023 special inside Côte d'Ivoire, bringing you the latest happenings right from the nerve center of Africa's biggest football showpiece. My name is Eval Edu, and I'm the midfield maestro. Not alone, I've got my colleagues right here with me in the studio. Starting off with Incorruptible Sam. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. If I do the midfield maestro, good to be here. 2 p.m. again inside Côte d'Ivoire. And, this is actually a very special edition. I doubt if there is any other station doing that around here. That's why we are Rapid. So we are here for you. You want to know the latest? That is why we are here.
Definitely, we are always here to bring you the latest juice as far as the Nations Cup is concerned. Real insight of what's really happening from the various cities. So we love moving from Bouaké to Yamoussoukro to San Pedro, you name it, we'll always be there bringing you the gist live and direct. And as usual, we have the travel log segment, we also have the Rapid Street Vibe segment, and also we have what we call the football talk segment right there. And not alone, I'm also being joined by Oluwapelumi King. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the show.
Oluwapelumi King, yes, thank you so much again. It gives me so much pleasure that you're getting better in pronouncing my name, Oluwapelumi King. I'm so happy to be here, so pleased, and it's a new day, it's a new dawn. Cameroon is out, Nigeria has won, Equatorial Guinea has lost. Different action, different packed action, and Côte d'Ivoire is really eating up right now. So I'm very glad I'm inside Côte d'Ivoire too on this program.
All right, you can recall that in 2012, something significant happened. The competition was hosted in Angola, if I'm not mistaken, and that was the same ground that the 1994 Golden Generation team of the Zambian national team en route to I think a qualifier or so lost en route to the Nations Cup, lost their life in a tragic air crash, right? A few members of the team survived. One of them is the popular Kalusha Bwaya. In 2012, Angola hosted a game because that incident took place off the coast of Angola in 1993 to 94. In 2012, the Zambian national team, ahead of the finals of the competition, where they played against Côte d'Ivoire, took bouquet, or what you call flowers, and other paraphernalia, and went to the crash site to pay tribute to their fallen heroes. And you all know the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Zambia rode their luck and were crowned champions of Africa in one of the most unlikely fashion, beating Côte d'Ivoire, who were star-studded at the time, with the almighty Didier Drogba missing a penalty in that particular occasion. Did you know, or do you know where the Ivorians have gone to ahead of their game tonight against Senegal? Well, I'll let you know. The program is always highly interactive, and we've got our feedback platforms up and running. 0916 0333 965 or 0916 00 965. We're supposed to get to hear from one of our own from in Côte d'Ivoire, but unfortunately she is moving from Abidjan to Yamoussoukro. So I told her I'll be kabashing, expecting that she replies me that hey, she's set to speak to us on the show. It's been long we've been pursuing her, but today was almost our luck. But let's hope that before we wind down the time, she will get back to us and say, hey, let's talk on the show. But where do we start off? As usual, we'll begin from the travel log segment. You know how we do it on the show. We've looked at a few stadiums already and a few cities, but one thing stands out for us in Ivory Coast, and it is the tourist side of it. So many Nigerians have created lots of interesting content, from visiting the Igbo community to visiting the Yoruba community to visiting communities where they have some weird culture and way of life. But today, we take a look at one of the biggest, most outstanding national treasure right there in Côte d'Ivoire. Well, you're guessing what it is? It is called the Basilique de Notre-Dame de la Paix. That's in French. Basilique de Notre-Dame de la Paix. It's called the Basilica of Our Lady of Peace. So contrary to common belief, the world's largest Catholic church is to be found not in Rome, but in Yamoussoukro, a small city in the formerly war-torn African state of Côte d'Ivoire. The massive Basilica of Our Lady of Peace of Yamoussoukro, whose architecture is clearly inspired by the Basilica of St. Peter's in Rome, can comfortably seat 7,000 worshippers in its air-conditioned interior, and there's standing room for 11,000 in the nave. The 3-hectare marble-clad plaza between the basilica's colonnades can host as many as 180,000 more, meaning that the city's entire population of 200,000 could conceivably attend Mass at the same time. The basilica was constructed between 1985 and 1989. The designs of the dome and the Encyclo Plaza are clearly inspired by the Basilica of St. Peter in the Vatican City of Rome, although it's not an outright replica of what is obtainable where the Pope resides. The cornerstone was laid on the 10th of August 1985, and it was consecrated on the 10th of September 1990 by Pope John Paul II. If you're a Catholic, that name will ring a bell right now. So with a footprint of 30,000 square meters, Guinness World Records lists the Basilica of Our Lady of Peace as the largest church in the world, having surpassed the previous record holder, St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, upon completion. However, it also includes a rectory and a residence, which are not strictly part of the church. However, despite its external size, St. Peter's is still larger internally, able to accommodate nearly 60,000 for St. Peter's compared to the African Basilica's 18,000. Although Mass is celebrated regularly in the Basilica, it is rarely filled to more than a minuscule fraction of its capacity. And Whole Faith Bonny's vision of an African place of pilgrimage, thronging with faithful on a par with St. Peter's, remains unrealized. It is worth noting that in this regard, that the dominant religion in Côte d'Ivoire, is Islam. Despite its massive size, the Basilica of Our Lady of Peace is relatively unknown throughout the world. But no thanks to the African Cup of Nations, or many thanks to the African Cup of Nations, I've seen pictures of Nigerians and other football followers run towards the Basilique de Notre-Dame de la Paix to take photographs of that wonderful architectural design. And like I started the show with where the Zambians went to in 2012 to pay tribute to their fallen heroes, yesterday, ahead of their game this night against Senegal, the Ivorian national team, or let me call them rightly, the Elephants of Ivory Coast, visited the tomb of Felix Homefate Bonny, their first ever president. Coincidence, you want to say?
I will not call it coincidence, because everything has a background story to it. Maybe they want to, first of all, it can be a PR strategy. You know, when they lost against Equatorial Guinea for Ghost New, the whole nation was kind of against them. The whole nation we were very angry at them, basically, which right they destroyed some shops and some stores and the rest. Very angry. So it could be a PR strategy to assuage some of the tension basically. So it may be a good payout strategy by the team. And secondly, in Africa, it's hard to remove the undertone of the spirituality behind action, or the rituals action behind the action. Basically, you could say that maybe doing that can bring them some luck. If you mix some African Ivory Coast African traditionalists, or people that believe in African religion and believe in the traditional customs of the land, basically, they can say, okay, this thing can bring some luck to them. If you tell them that, okay, them visiting it can bring some luck to them, they will easily believe you, and even give you other instances where they have done things to the late father or the late mother or something like that, and they start getting luck, basically. So it may be two things. I think it's two things, basically. One, a payout stunt to get Ivorians back on their side. Secondly, you could say sometimes a ritualistic expression to bring some kind of good luck to them. But as for me, whether they do amo or they no do amo, the Lions of Senegal will still chop them raw. I'm very confident that Senegal will beat Ivory Coast very easily.
All right, you can never be so sure when it comes to football in sports in general.
Sure.
Right? But Incorruptible Sam, let me get your thoughts. He's mentioned superstition. You can't rule it out of the game.
Yeah.
Because if in 2012, the Zambians, the Chipolo Polo of Zambia, or the Copper Bullet as they are referred to in English, took flowers or bouquet to the crash site of their fallen heroes of 93/94 to pay tribute to them and got the hands of the title, we shouldn't forget that they miraculously qualified as the fourth best loser out of the four teams that were placed third, right? And in fact, it was in miraculous fashion, because the late goals that we saw to help them qualify only comes from a supernatural. But again, they visited Felix Humphreys Bonny's tomb or graveyard yesterday. But this particular Basilica of Our Lady of Peace, in a Muslim populated country, it wouldn't fly, because the idea of the man who built this was that he wanted to be the African's pilgrimage. But you're having more Muslims than Christians. And even Christians, you're supposed to have more Catholics than any other Christian, because Christianity these days is still in factions. The Pentecostal don't really believe much like the Orthodox, and they are of different views and beliefs in some aspect, right? But I don't know what your idea is about the gesture of the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire visiting the graveyard of the first or foremost president.
Well, I wish they did that before the tournament started. Maybe we didn't record that. They didn't do that. They are the host nation, we know. Why not start the hosting by visiting that? Now you waited for this to happen, for it to get to this point. I don't know if they are doing that. Well, there is no way. You can't make the Senegalese to become so afraid. No. If they want to do it, you can't take away the spiritual angle of whatever that we are doing here. Beautiful. It's a nice one that they want to, tell the spirit to actually join them, help them out. But I think Remy has said it that if they should play football right now physically, without attaching any emotion, any spiritual, emotional, whatever, I think Senegal will just beat them silly.
Thank you.
Talking about Zambia did that well. It was actually confirmed, because late Prophet TB Joshua prophesied about that Ivory Coast we missed a penalty, and DJ Drogba did that 25 minutes into the second half. He obviously missed that one. Then he said then Zambia will capitalize on that, and that's exactly what happened. So no TB Joshua right now to prophesy if Ivory Coast visiting the area that they have visited maybe will be enough. But until they survive Senegal, then we start talking about them getting to the final, then winning it. It's a beautiful one. They want to do that for themselves, not for AFCON, because as far as I'm concerned, if they survive tonight, they will have to say glory to God.
Okay, let's get to listen to this caller. Okay, we lost him there. Do all the call back 0916 0000965 or 0916 0333 as well. I don't know what your thoughts are. The Ivorians visiting the tomb or the graveyard or the grave, of their foremost president. Okay, hello, good afternoon to you. Hello, good afternoon, welcome. Hello, good afternoon, welcome. Okay, we lost that one. Do all the call back 0916 0000965 or 0916 0333-965, and you'll be live on the show giving us your thoughts. And that was it for the Travelogue segment. Today's special look at the Basilica of Our Lady of Peace. It's one of the largest. It's the largest. Just to put it, it's the largest because it currently holds the Guinness World Record for the largest, usurping that of the Vatican City in Rome. But it's relatively unknown, and that's a surprise package. If I didn't see fans taking picture in that, I wouldn't have brought it up on the show today. But quite exciting. And let's move on now. I'm trying to see if I can get contact with my resource person who is currently traveling from one city to another in Ivory Coast, but definitely can get to her. But let's talk football on the show this hour, and let's talk about what we saw yesterday as far as the African Cup of Nations is concerned. Some exciting results to match yesterday. Let's begin with the Battle of the Guineas. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon, Mr. Maestro.
Yeah. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Name and location.
This is Progress. I'm calling from Maya.
Welcome, my very good friend. Let's hear from you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Progress. I'm calling from Maya. I know you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hear you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you have any omiss to send a message to Ivory Coast in fact, them say that's the way they do in Elisha Garagara.
Okay, we lost him there. But thank goodness he still had the courage to go on speaking because he couldn't hear us from this other end. He says, okay, I think he should be back. Or this is another caller. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Okon. My name is Okon.
Okay. Let's hear from you.
All right. Given what has happened in this particular AFCON, it's quite surprising that somebody could sit in the studio and say that he's so sure that Senegal will beat her, because how can you be so sure?
That's his opinion as well.
Yeah, this AFCON has seen a lot of surprises, and it's very, you can't just say. In fact, as a matter of fact, let me make the call now. I see Ivory Coast beating Senegal. You see, understand?
Okay.
Because what?
No wonder you're coming from that angle.
Hello?
Go on. You want Ivory Coast to win Senegal, that's it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Understand? Given the trajectory of the results at this AFCON, who could believe that the whole Egypt could be knocked out by DR Congo? Not to talk about what happened in the first, the group stages.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and say, anyway, I'm not too disappointed because the quality of the analysis is not too good.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts as well. But that's his opinion. He believes that Senegal will overcome Ivory Coast on the balance of play. Already, you're as good as your last game, and the last game for the Ivorians was a 4-0 bashing in the hands of Equatorial Guinea, while the Senegalese did win their last game, I think by just alone 2 goals to nothing against Guinea, to seal their place. In fact, they are the second highest scoring team in the tournament after Equatorial Guinea, who kissed the tournament goodbye yesterday.
They did 100%. 9
points out of 9.
3 over 3. So the last call, I don't know if you have issue with Belumi and his own prediction. You shouldn't say that. Now you want Ivory Coast to win. Standard. You can comfortably come out to say Ivory Coast will beat Senegal silly. That's exactly what another person has the right to say. So I don't know why is he from Ivory Coast?
Well, definitely it's Pelumi's opinion, and he's also entitled to it. He's also entitled to his own thoughts as well. If he disagrees with Pelumi, which he believes that we've seen surprises, and I'm not in doubt of any of both of them. It could go either way. That's why I did tell Pelumi that in sport, you never say never, because anything can happen at the end of the day. Barca were leading against Villarreal, right? They came from a goal down to lead by 2-1. I think they led 3-2 or so. Before we knew it, it was 3-5, and that ended the game at the Nou Camp and forced their coach to be leaving at the end of the season. But let's talk about Equatorial Guinea, one of the best sides in the group stage. 9 goals scored. They were the most entertaining side in terms of the goals scored. They also have the tournament's leading goal scorer in their rank, Emilio Nisue, who had 5 goals. They also beat the host nation, defeated them by 4-0, in front of their home crowd at the Alassane Ouattara Stadium. But now they have been knocked out of the tournament by Guinea a third best placed team in their own group who just qualified by the whiskers of the rules of the game based on 24 nations, came to the tournament, and we need to have best losers also qualify. So all that hard work, all has gone to waste, reminding me of the 2021 edition when Nigeria played some good, sexy football, where we dominated the team of the team of the week, of the group stage.
Yeah.
About 6 players there were Nigerians. Even the coach for the team of the tournament of the group stage was also Nigerian. Augustine Gbavon was given the coach of the team of the group stage. But yesterday, Million Swe was being the hero for the nation, became the villain, missing a penalty after they were a man down, and Guinea found the right time to score. They now qualified for the first time into the quarterfinals since 1976. The coach, Diawara, was in tears at full time. Belumi, maybe you didn't see that one come, because I know you went for Equatorial Guinea. Okay. Who went for Equatorial Guinea?
I never went for Equatorial Guinea. I never went for it because one thing about these teams that do very well in the group stages, the knockout round, another different thing. Which is why I gave only 3 teams chances: Egypt, Senegal, Morocco, and then Nigeria was my fourth. All those new teams, a league format is different from knockout round. A goal and a mistake can literally end your chances. Look at the game against yesterday, a 90+8. So this was a league format. Now maybe they say, okay, next game we'll bounce back in another format. They had 7 points, maybe okay, 1 loss. But then again, Nigeria had 9 points. Group stage, Tunisia, same thing. It happened in reverse. Tunisia beat us 1-0. Get Emily Seo that scored 5 goals, even against 2 goals against Cote d'Ivoire, the host of the tournament, missed the penalty, and they collected a record in the 55th minute. How they even managed not to even concede any goal? Football is so cruel. 55th minutes they collected a red card, and they didn't concede until the last kick of the game.
Collected a red card 55th minute, got a penalty I think in the 68th minute 68th minute, and missed it before they considered a late winner. So they were still in the game.
They're still in the game. The keeper dived wrong with it. The ball hit the sidebar. Outside. It did not bounce back. It bounced outside in a way that it could not bounce back to Nsue to kick in the rebound. You can see what I'm saying again. And it was the last kick of the game, the last attack by Guinea. They scored. They could not react. So that's just football for you. And I'm not really surprised they were knocked out, because I feel that there's no really, for this tournament, there's not really any difference between Equatorial Guinea and Guinea. And once you are entering into another phase, starting on a new slate, look at this game. DR Congo has not won a match till today. 4 draws plus yesterday, penalties, and then in the quarterfinals without winning a single match in extra time. So that's football for you.
I thought Tanzania
draw 3 points, qualified as best leader, beat Egypt on a penalty shootout. No victory in normal time or extra time. Penalty shootout. So that's just football for you. So I'm not really surprised, and I just congratulate Guinea basically. But Equatorial Guinea did not really surprise me. They played well, they did well, but then again, knockout round another different thing entirely, and obviously they lost. So good luck to them in the next. I'll miss the girl that used to dance on TikTok, and after every Equatorial Guinea win, she's a very beautiful girl. So I'll miss her TikTok. In case she's hearing me right now, so I miss your TikTok. Hopefully you continue.
Well, Pelumi has really gotten, the reason why he would love to see Equatorial Guinea stay in the tournament, because of he loves lady. Although that was also the notion by many football followers, because she also lit up the tournament in a different way with her TikTok dancing.
Yes.
Whenever Equatorial Guinea
beautiful dancing, beautiful girl
gets results.
Let me leave it on air. Sorry.
Okay. but let's talk about this stage right now. We had another game that caught our attention, and that was the game between Egypt and DR Congo. 1-1 in regulation time, and after extra time it still remained the same. Penalty shootout. The man Gabaski, a few years ago, he was the hero for Egypt, saving penalties when his goalkeeper trainer had written him some tips on where to dive depending on the player who came. We thought it was a juju, but it wasn't juju, it was tips on how to dive. He became popular, and the water bottle was quite popular. We've seen it again in other leagues where keepers use water bottle to check where the penalty will be played towards. And he was a hero in 2021, but yesterday he was a villain. He missed his penalty while the keeper for DR Congo slotted his to give their nation an 8-7 win on penalties. So DR Congo qualified courtesy of penalties. Let me speak to you now, Incorruptible Sam. Your thoughts? Egypt abysmal in 4 matches. Yeah. They didn't win a single game throughout the course of the competition.
And that's actually why I'm not surprised. DR Congo actually capitalized on something, because when you look at the opponent you're going to play against, how they have actually been playing, you want to tell yourself that yes, you have all it takes. And also Egypt, maybe they wanted Salah to be the Messiah, but unfortunately Salah played only 1 match. The second game he couldn't finish it up. The third game he was not there, and yesterday also he didn't play. Draw. They managed, to qualify from that group there as the best losers there. But you don't play draw and you think it will also save you as far as knockout stage is concerned, because one team must go home. That's exactly what happened yesterday. 1-1 it ended, and during the penalty shootout, at that point right now, you could have gone it that way. It went to the way of DR Congo and Egypt. Actually, they're out of the competition. There is no surprising thing there, because Egypt on their own, they haven't done well. In as much as in that group there, Ghana, Egypt, which other country again? A smaller country for me, top that group. I expected Ghana and Egypt to even come out there without sweating, but unfortunately they disappointed themselves first, then disappointed Africans in general. DR Congo, they are into the next round. That's the most important thing. Egypt, they are out. Well-deserved victory. In as much as it was through the penalty shootout, Egypt need to go back home. They need to plan outside Salah being the main man. What is the team going to look like?
There was no Salah, and we had. I think the Egyptians managed to play to their own strength. Yesterday they put a lot of pressure on the DR Congo side. In fact, they would have gotten a late winner. Later on, if the substitutes who came on actually got their foot on, on the ball in the right part. But let's talk about how this Egyptian team survived the whole competition. They weren't supposed to be here, and many think that this is deserving that they're out of the tournament. But before I get to hear your thoughts, let me go on a very short commercial break right now. And when we return, we'll talk more on the football talk segment, where it's getting very interesting right there in Côte d'Ivoire.
People, as human being body need balanced diet to take function well. Now so engine need better oil to take perform well. And the correct oil where car owners, generator users, mechanic and many others they enjoy now. Naibi Lubrisac oil. Yes, so Lubrisac oil get them for different variety like Lubrisac Plus, where be high performance multi-grade oil for petrol engine. Them get Lubrisac Super HD oil, where be high performance multi-purpose engine oil. What about the Lubrisac Optimum, ultra high multi-grade engine oil for new petrol engine? They still get Lubrisac Power Max Super Performance Diesel Engine Oil for heavy-duty trucks and heavy-duty generators. In our end for there, Lubrisac still get other kind of industrial oil like gear oil, hydraulic, turbine oil, and compressor oil. Lubrisac product they available for filling stations and retail shops nationwide. So for correct engine performance, go for the quality Lubrisac oil. Lubrisac oil now another product from Saclos Industry Nigeria Limited.
Justy, this one where you put your hand under your jaw this early morning. Wetin happen? Your goat don't die.
Holy cap, leave me oh. If to say my goat die, that one better oh. All the goods sold in my shop don't expire finish. No market. Since morning I never say even 1 naira.
Hey, you never hear about Rapid FM Ahiana Market. Ahiana Market na Rapid FM program where we go help you tell people wetin you dey sell, how you dey sell am, and where your shop dey with just take only 1,000 naira kpere. We go carry your business and put them for the next level. Oh yeah, green us for phone with this number 080-6356-8266. Or you fit rush for Rapid FM Radio House behind New Government House Umahia, Abia State, Nigeria. I hear the market.
Welcome back. You're still tuned to Inside Côte d'Ivoire right here on your favorite dial, Rapid 96.5 FM. Umar here, the sound of your city. Still talking football on the show this hour, and today we've got some magnificent games to look out for. Cape Verde, one of the most exciting sides in the tournament, scoring lots and lots of great goals, take on Mauritania, another lucky loser in the group stage, who got in here as a third best placed league team in their own group. And that game is built for 6 p.m. while we'll have Senegal up against Côte d'Ivoire by 9 p.m. I think that game takes place at the Alassane Ouattara Stadium, the 60,000 capacity home of the host nation. It's a big game, right? It's a very big game. Let's start off with the game between Cape Verde and Mauritania. The Mauritanians are they've shown resilience in the tournament. I like the way they fought against Angola, scoring 2 goals of their own in that 3-2 defeat. Then against Algeria, they left everything on the pitch, winning by 1-0, and that was their first ever victory in the history of the AFCON. Can they create an upset here and knock out the Blue Sharks of Cape Verde?
Well, I think judging by on paper and performance of this tournament, I mean, Cape Verde has done well for themselves, and they are clearly the better team. But this is a knockout round, and before this tournament, I don't think there was that much difference between Cape Verde and Mauritania. They were in the same league of low-ranked African teams, although one can be said to be better than the other, as can be seen in this performance. So I'm yet to test the experience. I'm yet to test the experience in knockout rounds, because basically they are not a team that are not teams that have been in knockout rounds of late. So let's just see. I'm just giving either side the chance to go through, because they have similar quality, similar style, similar motivation, and hopefully we see the best among them win.
All right, may the best man win. I think that's more like sitting on the fence, if you want to literally say or put it that way. But Incorruptible Sam, the Blue Sharks have been entertaining, while the Mauritanians have been very hardworking. This Nations Cup proved that any team can actually get a result if you apply the right tactics and apply the right determination on the field of play. Exactly what we've seen so far. Mauritania beat a star-studded 2019 champions in Algeria. Can they repeat that same feat this evening?
Well, it is actually what it is right now. But I think on both sides, if you want to look at the two teams, you want to say, Cape Verde, they have done more compared to Mauritania, in as much as they are here. Both of them are actually going to clash right now. But I think I want to say Cape Verde, from what they have done, we want to give them that kudos. Topping that group that had Egypt and Ghana, that's a big one actually. But history will be made in this clash, as one of the either Cape Verde or Mauritania will break their duck of having never won an African Cup of Nations knockout tie. So one team must get that side, of their lives today. And the former will come into this last 16 tie as the favorite. Talking about the Cape Verde side, they are the favorite as far as I'm concerned. But this is a knockout stage that anything can happen. I hope we do not get to the point where Mauritania will take this Cape Verde side to the extra time, then the penalty shootout. The penalty can actually go either way. I hope it doesn't happen that way. But come on, let's see what will happen. I am expecting a very beautiful game of football, especially from the Cape Verde side. If they underrate Mauritania, they will be beaten. But if they play normal football the way they have been seeing them play in the group stages, I see them taking the better of Mauritania today.
All right, and possibly let's look at the elephant in the room here, because this is the big one. Senegal up against Côte d'Ivoire. On the lighter side, we did tell you that the Ivorians have gone to visit the graveyard, the grave of their foremost president. But this time around, is football doing the talking? They miraculously survived elimination. They sacked their coach in Jean-Louis Gazet after the incident of poor run of result, apart from the 3-0 win in the first game against Guinea-Bissau. Now they have an uphill task against a team that's remained perfect, a team that's come into the tournament as defending champions, a team that's proven that yes, they want to defend this title and defend it for good. Senegal is an uphill task. I know you did say that you feel Senegal will brush them aside. Do you consider your statement earlier?
Oh God, I wouldn't have a problem, an issue with the word miraculously. They were not miraculously saved. I won't count that as miraculous. I would just count that as Zambia's stupidity, or not on allowing
Ghana's inability to win their own.
Ghana's inability and Zambia's, because they had drawn the last two matches, just draw against Morocco. Morocco that's almost already qualified. So I still state it categorically, and I want to be very clear. Whether I don't want to be disrespectful, whether they go up and down, I still feel if Senegal doesn't come in with enough motivation or underrates them totally. But I know clearly, if you watch Senegal's style of play, see, most times we used to count just in real life situation. You know that there's a certain way something is supposed to go, but circumstances of life can divert the whole thing. So if you're putting circumstances of life or circumstances or unprepared or foreseen circumstances in the factor of whatever you are doing, then we should be expecting shock to be going away every single time. But judging by the statistics, the gameplay against Cameroon, if you watch the gameplay, they dispossessed Cameroon from the defense. And they did not play an immediate long ball like most African teams. What did they do? They passed still Mane's chance. Unfortunately, Mane was not able to command the chances. Watch this gameplay and watch how Ivory Coast has played and compare both as statistics. Realistically, we know football has his own ups and downs, just like life. Life has his own ups and downs too. But if you know that if you do things you are supposed to do well, there are some things that are meant to happen, except if unforeseen circumstances come. So that's why I'm not putting unforeseen circumstances there. Judging by what I've seen so far, the gameplay, the pattern, the team play, the tactics, the coaching system, the support, the motivation, they all have it. The only thing they don't have over Ivory Coast, understandably, is just the fans. Because they're in the old stadium, just by every other thing, they have it and more against Ivory Coast. And I may be wrong, like I said, football has its own something. I may be wrong, but then I will state categorically now that Senegal will beat Ivory Coast. Maybe by penalties, I don't know, but they will brush them aside and they will beat them both in gameplay and performance. Again and again, I will say it again and again and again. I'm not changing my word. So let's see what happens at the end of the day. But then Senegal will beat Ivory Coast. I'm very sure of it.
Well, this is more like the case of we no grief for anybody. That's exactly what Pelumi is trying to do here in the show. But
tomorrow you can call back, and if Senegal lose and banter me, okay. I'm ready.
All right,
I'll banter you too.
So Pelumi is ready for the banter tomorrow, just in case the Ivorians pull the hats out of the bag. But let's talk about this Ivorian side. What if they have reassessed themselves, and we also know about the new manager bounce? What if they've got the man who can now put together these boys and bring out a tactical approach that can nullify the firepower of the Senegalese in today's fixture?
Well, the man that will be there, that's the assistant manager. So they haven't gotten anybody in, as much as they were looking for getting the female coach of a French national team. I think the man coached them at some point. He coached Zambia, coached Ivory Coast, and at this point right now, I want to look at before they will get him. I think the competition must have been over. But for now, I still see Ivory Coast as a side that will struggle against Senegal. Senegal, they are the defending champions. Remember, they did the 100%. I can't stop saying that in that group 9. Some teams would have said, okay, after we have qualified, let's just rest players and play anyhow in that last game. But they made sure that they got the win. For me, that is the champions. And the Senegal, aside money, they have money who might actually end up missing some chances and all the rest, but they are playing a football that is not actually built on one person. I think that's it compared to what Egypt do. Egypt, they will look at Mohamed Salah, they want him to be the savior and everything, but Senegal play beautiful game of football that anybody can even score the goal. Just like Pelumi said here, at this point you pass the ball around, not the African pattern of football that the goalkeeper will send to the other goalkeeper. The other goalkeeper will lift it up and all the rest. Keep the ball on the ground. Let's pass it. I must give kudos to their coach. Now to the players also, knowing that they have only Mane and Ismail Assar as these two big players, but just imagine that's 2 now out of first 11. You have, that means the rest 9, they still have the same mentality of the Senegalese 2 biggest stars, Mane and Ismail Assar. And you have Ismail Assar, I don't think he will be missing this match. That means putting the ball at the back of the net zone. And another thing that works for them is this: they have kept how many clean sheets? They have kept a first half clean sheet in each of their last 9 matches. 9 matches. For them to do that means they have a game plan. See, you're not going to score us in the first half. Second half, we'll score, then we get the win. 9 matches, first half clean sheet. For me, they have their plans on ground, and I see Senegal getting the better of Ivory Coast tonight.
I just want to say something. There was a game. I don't know whether it was against Cameroon, or say against Cameroon or Gambia. Mane doesn't even play as the main attacker. Sometimes Mane plays as a 10.
Yeah.
Watch this match and you will be able to say for yourself. Mane played a true pass, not a long pass, a true pass from midfield to the attack. I think to Sarr. If you can go to YouTube, you can watch this gameplay. I'm talking about statistics.
Yeah.
I know for sometimes football on paper is based on stats something, but then you cannot remove the influence of statistics or the power of statistics just because there are always shocks in football. There are shocks everywhere, but there are some certainties. There's some things that set for a known outcome, and based on these statistics and gameplay, I don't see Senegal in any way getting knocked out in round of 16 based on what I've seen. If it happens to be one of the biggest shocks, just like Xhaka beating Real Madrid or Chelsea knocking out Real Madrid from a Champions League final or something like that. So basically,
All right, then I think this is what we'll draw the curtain on the show today, and only to make a return at 6 to 7 p.m. we will make a return here for yet another interesting edition of Extra Time Plus on your darling frequency, Rapid 96.5 FM. Do have yourself a lovely day again. Tick tick
zoom.
You're still tuned to your favorite dial, Rapid 96.5 FM. The city of Umahia, we are the sound of your city. It's 15 minutes close to the top of the hour, 3 o'clock. Right, and we have a guest joining us this afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon to you. Can you hear us? Hello, can you hear us? Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. I can hear you loud and clear. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay, I lost her. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, can you hear me? Good afternoon to you. You're still tuned to your favorite dial, Rapid 96.5 FM. Omar here, the sound of your city. Up next, top of the hour 3 is Igbo News. Stay tuned.
Turning it up on Rapid FM 96.5. The sound of your city.
Yo, you know what time it is?
More music, less talk.
Music.
Party's on.
Rapid 96.5 FM. Welcome to the sound of your city.
Everything is on you. That is so beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That is so beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That is so beautiful. Now I'm so joyful. My life is so incredible. Everything around me is so peaceful. Hard times to come, but I could stay hopeful. Those days, I was never thoughtful. The mistakes I made are my breakthrough. Now I realize the world is so beautiful, so wonderful, so peaceful. Never knew that things could be so helpful. I learned the hard way, the only way. I'm a big artist for Nigeria. Freestyle is on the way. I'm so happy. What is so beautiful for me? The world is beautiful. I'm a perfect example. Everything is a new. That is so beautiful. It's so beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm so beautiful, beautiful. That's why I say the seas, the stars, the sun, the moon, the moving, making me feel. That's why I'm grateful for all the beautiful things that I see. All of water, cause water knows that I need, but water can scatter the whole city. That's why life is beautiful. Cause if there's no dance, then you will not respect life and us. Love beautiful fire, fire can cook for you, but fire can destroy everything that